What's up? This is a little different kind of prophetic word because I've been going through a situation and I was talking to a friend and she said, pray about what does God want you to do about the situation? Which that is like, I have prayed about the situation, but not exactly what should I be doing. I ain't saying I hadn't done things. I'm just saying I hadn't prayed about what to do in this situation. I just prayed that the situation work out. And the situation, in all actuality, could be working out. I just ain't a part of the situation no more. So I don't know how it's working out. But I prayed, and these words pretty much came to me. It was like well, I'll go into the words and then we'll get into the visualization. The words, long dark hallway. Not even hallway, long dark hall. I would say long dark hall. That's what came to me. And not similar, I would say similar with this picture. Just there wasn't no sunlight in the background, I would say, but I didn't look back. But there was no light. It was complete darkness. You could tell like you were in a hallway, like you could tell like there are walls on each side, so it's a hallway, but you couldn't see the end. Like, I'm not saying there wasn't an end, but you couldn't see the end. And yeah, in all honesty, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't, like, God know more than what I know, but that didn't seem like a good sign at the time. And the more I think about it, it just really don't seem good. It really don't. But later on after that, I talked to another friend who made stuff make a little more sense. Pretty much just what I already thought. But I don't know. I think now, at least some people do understand what the problem is. Like, sometimes people don't, like, don't understand the problem. Like, it could seem like the problem is one thing, but the problem is really another thing just connected with the same person. Like, that's not what it is. Like, you want to get back with your ex, and you have questions about what's going on with your child. Them are two different things. And we can say may or may not be my child, but we just gonna say this my child, cause yeah, that's what she would say, and that's how I done treated the situation from the get go. If really just leaving everything based upon the child's mother, I would have like, yeah, she was not acting right. I mean, it wasn't all bad. And that's the thing. As I've talked to some people, they just try to make her sound like a horrible person. Like, she was just using you, this, that, and I'm like, I can't say that. I honestly can't say that. It's a lot of bad things get brought to me about this person. I'm like, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that at all. People can surprise you. And just on how this whole situation came about, yeah, it was surprising. And I did try to look up like the meaning of like a long dark hallway, and I did find several of them. I guess one was like there's danger ahead. Uh, and it's actually a movie which I might check out. Like, yeah, no, I hadn't watched the movie, so I'm not even gonna go into that. But I'm gonna go there. Like, what I did read about the movie, it's about a man who tried to help this woman who had alcohol problems, and like again, I hadn't seen the movie, so I don't really know how it happened. But he did get accused of killing the same woman he was trying to help. Like that's some, yeah. I don't think God went there with it. I don't think God went there with it. Aside from killing somebody, that part could make sense. That part could make sense at points. But I don't even see that. I don't see that. I kind of think what God was telling me is, you've been going down a long dark hallway for a while. Like you think you were going somewhere and you wasn't going where you thought you was going. I have in my mind what I want to happen, but other people done came in the middle of situations, and it's just like, what's going on? Because my only concern is about a child, so I don't really get all the extra foolishness y'all got going on. When really and truly, like, I hadn't seen my daughter like face to face and talked to her in almost 2 years. Don't you think I feel some type of way about that? People done came to me and told me she dead, she was in a car wreck. Like, I done heard a lot of horrible stuff that, thank God, from what I can verify as facts, is not true. Because the girl is perfectly fine and alive. But why would somebody do something like that? Man, like, even my ex's cousin, she was like, I hope she not dead, da 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 da. And as I'm understanding it, like, she talked to my ex, she done seen my daughter, like, huh? Why do something like that? That's crazy. And for extended periods of time and with multiple people. Like, you really just trying to hurt me? That's all I can see from that. You jealous of your cousin? You jealous that I really am a good person? Like, there is no ulterior motive to anything I'm trying to do. I love this child. I love her mother. I loved her mother before she even, yeah, before she was on earth. Period. Like, I was there when my ex found out she was pregnant. Like, we ain't even gonna call her my ex, because that alludes to some one part of a situation. It's not the whole part of the situation. This is somebody I've been friends with 11, 12 years. And the friendship relationship, I would say, is much stronger than the relationship part of the relationship. Because if I knew you over 10 years, and I love you, I really do, but we didn't become officially in a relationship till way down the road. And after that happened, some things happened that shouldn't have happened. And I'm not trying to place blame on nobody. I'm just saying I didn't. A lot of things went ways I didn't intend for them to go. I was expecting nothing but good. I felt like this person deserved some good in their life, and I had some good to offer. And it's a person I care about. It's a person I'm friends with. is a person to where my bond's so strong with them, they child my child. Like, literally, like, they child is my child. We probably do need to get another DNA test, because, yeah, the first time we got a DNA test, it was really for child support. And it came back that it wasn't, but it was weird. It was weird. And I will just say this much of the weirdness. I ain't even gonna go on how it was weird. We can go there some other time. But there's some weirdness. And I don't need no DNA test to tell me that this is my daughter. The little girl look like me. She got the same birthmark as me. She talk like me, act like me. You can't tell me, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that ain't my daughter. Just one of the moments like we had. Her mom told her one day, like, she was like, Daddy B. And her mom was like, you know B not your daddy, right? The little girl put her arms on her hips and looked up at, and she was 2 years old. She looked at her mom and was like, how you gonna tell me who my daddy is? I know who my daddy is. Both our hearts just melted right there. And at that point, you know, the mom left alone, like, her calling me daddy. Because really, I done been in her life, like, her whole life. Because me and her mom, we talked about that later on that night after she went to sleep. Like, why would she feel so strong about that? Like, that you her daddy? I'm like, because I done been there for her whole life. She know who look out for her. She know who care about her. So, I had no doubts on why she feels the way she feels about it. I kind of feel strange you don't understand it. I was just, I really didn't even want to go down that whole little spiel of the situation on the whole long dark hallway thing, because I'm still trying to see where that could be a positive. Hopefully that's just telling me where I done been and probably where I'm still at, because a lot don't make sense to me. And I'm trying to make sense of things that don't make sense to me. I'm pretty sure there is some kind of way these things do make sense. But ain't nobody brought logical reasoning on how it makes sense to me. And if anybody has any, like, interpretations of Long Dark Hallway, please leave it in the comments, because I would really like to hear other people's opinions.